Doug and PA back with another video. So guys, I've done multiple videos on Washington State and Portland and how bad the situation is there. Normally, I talk about the homelessness situation, the crime and stuff, and I just say, guys, if you can move away from Washington, Oregon, and California, just move. I see the stories about the places I used to free. I'm from Washington State, uh, Bellingham, Seattle, Olympia, Portland, all these places, and it makes me sad. So I tell people if you can move, and then I found this story: billionaire Amazon founder Jeff Bezos moves to Florida where his parents live, and capital gains are not taxed. He's going to be the first. You're going to see more multi-million and multi-billionaires leaving Washington State and Oregon, California, just like Jeff Bezos. Now he's trying to say is to move closer to family, but this article is going to break down the taxing situation and look into why the reason why Jeff Bezos might be leaving. Before we get into this article, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And let's look at why Jeff Bezos, the multi-billionaire, is leaving Seattle. After launching Amazon from a garage in Seattle in 1994, centibillionaire Jeff Bezos is leaving the Pacific Northwest behind and setting sail for Florida. In an Instagram post, the world's third wealthiest person with a net worth of 160 billion said he wanted to be closer to my parents after they recently moved back to Miami. My parents have always been my biggest supporters, he posted to his Instagram account, adding that his spacefaring company Blue Origin is increasingly shifting operations to Cape Canaveral. Florida also offers a financial benefit to the Amazon founder. It doesn't charge capital gains tax, which for a man who's sold some 30 billion in stocks since 2002 can be quite substantial. So Florida is one of those states, kind of like Texas, where they've made strides to make themselves more business friendly and more friendly to rich people to attract people to come to their state. And the taxes in a state are you really have to think about that, especially when you're dealing with with millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, or billions of dollars, because over your lifetime that can add up. Heck, even if you're a regular person, I have a couple friends who during the pandemic got remote status and moved to Florida and Texas, and they're already seeing benefits from leaving the DC area or a blue state and going to certain red states. Okay, it says feeling at home. Even though Bezos said he's relocating to Miami, not a whole lot will change for the owner of the Washington Post newspaper. He won't need to scout the real estate market for a new residence since he already reportedly bought in August a $68 million Miami mansion on the small man-made island of Indian Creek, popularly known as Billionaire Bunker. In October, he added his next door neighbor's $79 million property as well. But Miami is not the only place where Bezos lives. In addition to his collection of luxury cars and private Gulfstream jets, Bezos owns multiple properties valued at $500 million. And good for him, dude. When you're worth $160 billion, you buy whatever you want when you want to buy it. So this is the tax situation. It says his move may have something to do with the Washington State Supreme Court decision in March of this year to uphold the 7% tax on capital gains that took effect in January of 2022 despite a legal challenge. The ruling is considered historic since legislators in Olympia took the opposite view of the IRS. They classified the tax as an excise tax rather than an income tax in order to circumvent the fact that Washington State does not have an income tax under state law. A majority of voters in Seattle are now in favor of a similar capital gains tax for the city itself because, of course, they would be because it's Washington State. Okay. If you're ever looking for a job in Washington State, it may not look the salaries look lower than a lot of other places because they don't have income tax, but they have other taxes like this excise tax. Unlike most people, entrepreneurs and other ultra high net worth individuals typically do not pay taxes on their personal earnings since their wealth stems from assets rather than salaries and bonuses. Instead, the IRS collects every time one of these assets is liquidated, a far more meddlesome issue for the super rich. For this reason, Florida is popular among the billionaire class since the state does not impose its own levies on such disposals, as it has no income tax in the broader sense either. Even if Bezos' tax dollars are set to move from the Pacific Northwest, the centibillionaire said he would still leave something behind as a token of his appreciation. Seattle, you will always have a piece of my heart. Oh, and the city still gets to keep Amazon. Move, you guys. I'm telling you, I moved from the DC area to the south to a red state this summer, and it's been great so far. It's been fantastic. You know, Jeff Bezos is going to be the start of a lot of the Pacific Northwest and West Coast millionaires and billionaires moving to a red state. It already started during the cough with Joe Rogan and all those people from California moving to Texas. You're going to see a lot more of that in the coming years. I can tell you that right now. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.